Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your Tribal God of Extreme, Peter Joseph here for a late, not close to late, but late Saturday night video right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down in my goddamn pants. It's there. You want to look? You can't. But it's down there in the description box below, otherwise known as my pants. So, check it out right now. Subscribe to this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on the video if you want. But if you leave stupid comments, I'm going to send you to the Shadow Realm and Satan and Ozzy will eat your soul. And probably do other things. I don't know. But, because they're crazy down there. But, you leave stupid comments. Go to your dead channel. Because you ain't going to do it here. If you don't like it, tough shit. And also, don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. Because if you do, you need to get slapped. And if you don't like it, tough shit. Because you're going to get slapped anyway. Because you're SOL. I hope you know what that means. Because I'm not going to tell you again. That's that. Don't forget to share the video all over the internet. And follow me on social media. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab that cold one, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, well, too bad. That's that. By the way, straight Coke. You can't prove I have any liquor in my house. So, it is what it is. It's straight Coke because I went out tonight and woohoo. Well, actually, it's Pepsi, you know, but I do have Coke, but I just don't want Coke right now. I had 2 Jack and Cokes tonight, you know. But it is what it is. So, because I went out and I had fun tonight. We had fun. We danced, we laughed, we played some hard rock and metal. It's way better than your shit that you put on your dead channel. That's it, because I have a life, you don't, on a Saturday night. You could have went to do something else. Some people did, some people didn't. But I had fun tonight, and I'm going to have fun tomorrow. Because I'm going to AEW tomorrow. Ha! So, it is what it is. What are you going to do tomorrow? Watch videos of me. That's what you're going to do. Because you got nothing. You didn't do nothing. Just watch me. Thank you for watching, though, assholes. We move on with that, but can't move on, can just stop. But you won't, because you love me. Anyway, hope everybody had a great Saturday, if you did something or not. And I hope you have a great weekend. We are getting closer and closer to Christmas Day and level 49 and the end of the year. As of this video, we are 10 days away from the end of the year, and we are 4 days away from Santa Claus coming down our chimneys, if you have a chimney. If you're not, well, he'll be here, and see what most of us get for Christmas, and for some of you, no comment. That's all I'm going to say about that. But Christmas is here. Can't wait for that. Not gonna be too cold here in the Northeast, which is good. But by the time we hit New Year's, not looking good for a couple days before New Year's. Not looking good. No snow, hopefully, but 30-something degree weather. Like, ugh. I mean, yesterday was like 50-something, then went down like my dick in your mom's throat. And then today was pretty much near 40s, 38 now. It's supposed to go up tomorrow, up like 45. Ugh. Up and down weather, it's crazy. Not even the summer. Not even winter yet. Actually, take that back. As of this video, today is the first day of winter. The winter solstice is upon us, so you can say pretty much goodbye to 50-degree weather. I don't think we're going to see that till April or May. Ugh. So get ready, batten down the hatches here in the Northeast. or wherever it may be. Well, if you live on the West Coast, you rarely see snow depending on where you live in the West Coast. If you live in the Northwest, you get a lot. You get some snow. You get pretty much a lot in a mountain range. And if you live in Bismarck, North Dakota, happy digging out. If you live in Minnesota, Chicago, and all the places in between. But hopefully it's not a bad winter for me and for some of you. But if you live in the South, like if you live in Florida, you live in Texas, you may not get any snow. Get some chilly weather, but not too much. But, alright, not about the weather, but it is what it is. Well, that's that. But like I said, hope everybody had a great Saturday and a Saturday night. I had a great Saturday, as you know, because if I'm wearing this, I'm just not wearing it for my health, but I actually went out because I have a life, unlike certain people I know. But it is what it is. I did my job, and that's all I gotta say about that. Rocked out with my cookoot, not literally, but figuratively. Lemmy always says that, and actually it's a song. Rock out with your cookoot, alright, it's a song. The song's called Rock Out, but it has a lyric called Rock Out with your cock out. So that's where I got the catchphrase from. Because I don't swing that way, unlike certain people, but that's another story for another time. Anyway, but I had fun. Because that's what I do. That's what I do! I have fun, because I live my life to the fullest, and you don't. Because you're sitting at home, doing your garbage live streams, or whatever you're doing, and just thinking of me. I'm not thinking of anybody. I'm thinking about myself, and just having fun. Rocking out. There's some great metal tunes. Maybe some 80s stuff. Not tonight, but, mostly it was 90s. A few 80s sprinkle in, but mostly 90s. So, not that I care about the 90s, but, great tunes from the 90s. A couple of Metallica songs, from the 90s version of Metallica. King Nothing and, Fuel. Ooh! I had to do backup singing, because that's what I do, I'm not a great singer, but I do a great James Hetfield impersonation, I'm just saying. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that with a desire! Ooh! Bingo! Oh, sorry. Okay. What do you think about that, Lars? Oh, I think it was great, James! My testicles are coming up my nose! What do you think about that? Yeah, okay. I'm wired, man. We had fun. It was great. That's it. We had some wrestling tonight. I didn't watch it, but I did watch the end of the Triple A pay-per-view. Wasn't bad, but Rey Mysterio, booyaka beat. Eddie, I'm sorry your son lost to that deadbeat. I know, I saw that was there. That Bendejo beat my son, and I'm pissed off! Okay, calm down. I don't want you saying cursing in Spanish, because I can't pronounce it. Except for, like, Bendejo, Pero, I'm not fluent in Spanish, Rosa is, but, But it is what it is. I mean, I did see the end of the pay-per-view, and then I had to watch some, highlights on the WWE YouTube page. Seemed like a good pay-per-view. Triple A always has great shows. Great shows. Dr. Wagner, he temporarily lost the Triple A, was it the Cruiserweight title? I forgot what title he has. There was the Cruiserweight title, the Light Heavyweight title, something like that. I think it was the Cruiserweight title. To Ethan Page. But, because he used a wrench. But then, Mr. Iguana, the legend that he is, comes out and says, "Hey! Esse, he used a wrench, esse!" And then the referee is like, checked him in his pants. I thought that was a little weird. But So he had a wrench in his pants and not his wiener, but he said, "Oh, I found a lane, Jesse. Restart the match." So he restarted the match, and Dr. Wagner hit the Wagner driver 1, 2, 3 to retain the title. And, you know, Mr. Iguana's like, I got you, Beto! We had that. I saw highlights of that Carnival of Carnage match, that hardcore match with the Wyatts and the Psycho Clowns, or the Murder Clowns, whatever they're called. Holy shit! It started off in a bounce-a-rama. A bounce house, not bounce-a-rama. What the fuck am I talking about? It started off in a bounce house. I seen everything in a hardcore match. Holy shit. But, the Murder Clowns, won the match, beating the Wyatts. What are you gonna do? But, yeah, but it was a pretty good pay-per-view. And I'm probably gonna be doing one sometime next year. I think. I don't know the next one, but... excuse me. Good stuff. Good stuff. I know people are just tuned off because, you know, my intro... all they do is watch my intro. Because that's all they do. They clip the intro to do the garbage live streams talking about me, because that's all they can do, because that's all the content they get. Off my name. All the views they get is off my name or somebody else's name. Guaranteed, if my name isn't brought up, they get nothing. On their main channel, their secondary channel, their third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh channel. Garbage. Garbage. That's all it is. That's all they can get. Without me and other people, dead channel. You can have 8, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 subs, but without me and certain other people, you're pretty much done. None. Hey, I got 1,000 subs on my Peter Joseph channel. Not from you! That's through hard work. It is what it is. Might have sent them over, but none of them are from douchebags on YouTube. So I actually get to see who subs to me, and it's not most of you, so. And if it is, you're blocked anyway. But thank you for watching, assholes. That's all I got to say about that. Well, keep watching, because we got nothing else to watch. But anyway, we move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Saturday night, I'm going to go to bed after this, because I'm dead tired. Probably going to sleep in most of tomorrow, because there's no Niner game tomorrow, so, you know, it's not until Monday night. So, might watch the Giants, might watch the Jets. I'll probably watch the Jets, because, you know, it's my secondary team, but pretty much the season's over. I'm just watching, you know, they're playing for pride. Giants are playing for the number 1 pick. Probably gonna lose. I forget who they even play. But, they play the Jaguars, or one of them plays the Jaguars. I forget. But, you know, good game between the Bears and the Packers. The Bears won in overtime. Kind of helps the Niners out a little bit. Keeps them, you know, the Packers away from that 6th seed. Not that they're going to make the 6th seed. But Bears got the number... They got the number 2 seed right now. Packers fall to number... Oh, still at 7. I believe they're still at 7 or pretty much out in the playoffs right now. But right now... And the Eagles won tonight. Beat the Commanders. So, they clinched the playoffs. They have the number 3 seed. Won the NFC East. But now it's a matter of seeding. Where they, you know, they fall. They could go to the number 2. They go to number 3. I don't think they get number 1. But it's going to be between the Bears and maybe the Packers when they come back to win the division. And the Eagles for the 2-3 seed. And if the Niners stay at 6... they can face the Bears, most likely the Eagles in Philly, which is not good. I'm dreading that game, but I'm hoping Niners win on Monday, they jump up to number 5. So and they stay there. So they play either the Panthers or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but it's away. So the only way they can get a home game, I don't even think they get a home game. Maybe in the division round, depending on who they play next. But the road to the number 1 seed. Well, actually, the Seahawks had the number 1 seed. The Rams are at number 5. So Niners wins them on Monday night. They get the number 1 seed because of division record. Double division record because they have a great NFC conference record, and if they beat the Seahawks at the end of the year in 2 weeks, they go to have a 5-1 record and win the NFC West and get home field throughout the NFC playoffs. I want that so bad for the Niners. But if the Niners have to go on the road to do it, to get to basically a home game in Super Bowl 60, you gotta do something. Even with a depleted offense. Not offense, well, that too. A depleted defense. So, Robert Saleh, you better, pull some strings and pull a couple rabbits out of your ass. I mean, have to win Monday. Then you got a tough Bear game next Sunday night. Then, see what happens with the Seahawks at home, which could be flexed depending on what happens, pretty much Monday and then next week. In week 17 of the NFL, the week where they play for pay. So, I'm a little bit nervous about Monday, and I'm pretty much nervous for the next 3 games for the Niners. So, we'll see. Alright, enough about football. Alright, now let's get into the sport of professional wrestling. And it is time, after 17 and a half minutes of spiel, it is time for your late and getting close to that really out of date WWE Smackdown taped review for pretty much the night before this one, December the 19th, 2025, because some people are watching on the 21st right now, because it is late here in the Northeast and wherever you may be. If you're on the West Coast, then it's still the 20th, but I digress. But anyways, Smackdown from this past Friday night, December the 19th, 2025. Taped show. I thought this was live, but they're taped pretty much up until the 29th. So, the 29th is live. Raw is taped on Monday. Then NXT is taped. And then Smackdown next Friday night, the 26th, is taped. The 29th is live. And then January 2nd, as we get to the new year, that's live. But then after that, after January the 5th, pre-taped again because they're on the other side of the world. They'll be in Berlin for Smackdown January the 9th. Then January the 12th, they'll be, I believe, in Munich, I think. I forget. But they're going to be in England. So, they're going to be overseas pretty much all the way up until the after the Royal Rumble. So, February the 2nd, the final pre-tape show. We're back in the States going into February. So, it's only pretty much 2 live shows coming up in January. Because everything else is taped. It was going to be pre-taped. So, we're going to see, if you want to see it live, you got to get a VPN. Or you're going to have to wait till it's on Netflix that night. At its regular time of 8 p.m. Same thing with Smackdown. You're going to have to watch it on the USA Network when it airs. If you don't have a VPN, you're fucked. I have a VPN, so I get to watch it, so eat shit. That's that. Alright, so we are from, this particular pre-tape show, we are from the Giant Center, like we were for Raw, because they tape Raw and Smackdown, and on yesterday they taped Smackdown and Raw. You follow along? Good. Anyway, so we're from the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania, the land of chocolate. We can smell it from here in New York. And we had a different commentary team. Once again, Joe Tessitore, my good buddy from England. Bad news, Wade Barrett. And hopefully, Joe, I got some bad news for you. That's that. Alright, coming off of Saturday Night's main event for the Smackdown side. Had a lot to talk about, so like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. Speaking of Trick Willie, he might be going on the Raw roster pretty soon. Not the Raw, sorry, Smackdown roster. And Oba's coming up pretty soon. So all those people you saw at Saturday's main event, most of them, besides Trick, Oba's coming up to the main roster, so Rook is coming up to the main roster. And, Trick, Oba, Sol Ruka, Javon Evans. And I'm happy for them. I am so happy for the big stars of NXT. So, that means Oba will eventually lose that NXT title to who? Don't know. He has a date with Leon Slater at New Year's Evil. I don't think Leon's going to beat him. I think it's going to be my cousin Tony D'Angelo. Or as pretty much me and everybody else calls him, Craven the Hunter. But because of that big jacket he has on. Like he's Rocky Balboa in Rocky 4, training in Russia against Drago! So we got that. Alright. So we start off SmackDown with a long as fuck recap of Saturday's main event. Once again, like we saw on Raw, with John Cena! Now an ambassador to WWE, so we'll see him a few times down the road. Maybe at Mania 42, when he most likely gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. Which could be, like I said, in April. If not next year, but I want him to go in April. Then, the year after that, at WrestleMania 43, I know it's in Saudi Arabia, but still. I would have Bray Wyatt going next year. I mean, come on. Or, I would say, The Rock's already in. Yeah, you gotta put in Bray Wyatt next year. I'm just saying. AJ maybe, because, actually, AJ might go in this year because he's retiring. Brock Lesnar, who knows when he's gonna go in. Because both of them are retiring, and Walter's gonna retire them. Obviously, but we'll talk about Walter on Monday, because he has a little thing with a certain guy named Punk. Oops! Spoiler. Sorry. Anyway, we move on. Alright, so we see Cena losing to Walter in a epic match. Tributes all rolling in, so we saw a whole ton of them. We get that. Alright, then we find out that Cody! Cody, you bitch! You trespassing bitch! Invaded Drew McIntyre's home. More on that later. From 11. So we got that. So not only is Cody Rhodes an annoying bitch, he's a trespassing criminal. Who should be locked up, thrown away the key. Strip him of the title, he's in jail. But, another one of these home invasions. I think the last one we saw, I think was, I think it was Grayson Waller invading Johnny Gargano's house. I know it was Johnny Gargano, but I forget who attacked him. I think it was Grayson Waller. I forget. I always go back to AJ Styles getting his home, invaded not once, but twice once by Eli Drake, and the second one by Samoa Joe. Wendy! Hello, Wendy! Show me your tatas! He didn't say that. Anyway. So we got that. So we're gonna see another cinematic home invasion. So we got that. But we'll talk about that later. So we start off the show properly with Poppy Priest, the man who gave me some flowers, if you know what I mean, if you watch my short on my Peter Joseph channel. Lots of views. Thank you very much. Poppy Priest gets things going. Praises John Cena, the greatest of all time. One of, because you know Roman's number one. Well, Taker is number one. Then Roman, then Cena. Oh, the modern era. Not of all time. All time is, you know, so many people you can, you know, my goat basically is Hogan. You know, you Terry Bollea, you bastard steroid using brother, you know. Alright, so without out of the way, Poppy Priest talks about last week where he and Mommy Rhea Ripley, the Terror Twins, took out Mr. and Mrs. Black, Aleister Black, and his hot wife, Zelina Vega, who, on cue, comes out, looking amazing, as always, points out that Poppy Priest didn't even get the pin, and it says Aleister broke him, and Poppy has to live with his decision. And then the crowd's like, oh! And then Aleister Black jumps over behind. Big fight breaks out. And momentarily, Poppy got the better of things, which allows him to load up a Slim Jim table. He wanted to slap into a Slim Jim. Ooh, yeah! Dig it! That's right, Randy. Good job, Liz. Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Yeah. Alright, so they fight, so, Poppy loads up a chair. Aleister Black comes back with a chair shot to the back. Then he knocks Poppy on the table. Then he hits Meteora off the apron through the table to lay him out. Oh, but he ain't done, because okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so that first segment, pretty much I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Then we see Lash Legend get shit done, and Nia, woo! Jax. They were talking to Jackie Redmond. They don't like the implication that Lash beating Alexa Bliss last week was an upset, and they want the tag team titles, the women's tag team titles. We'll see what happens with that, as they're going to be taking on my first and second amazingly hot Asian wives, Asuka. Nobody has said me for Asuka except my dick. And my second amazing hot Asian wife, Kylie! Kylie Singh. Alright, but before we get to that match, we see Poppy Priest getting taken to the back by some referees, some agents. But then Aleister Black attacks him, beats him down, throws him in some production equipment. Then he hits Black. He takes out a shovel, not the golden shovel per se, because that's Hunter's. Hits him with a shovel, knocks him into the back gate or something like that. This metal gate. Then hits Black Mass, and Poppy hit the gate and goes, ugh. His face looked like he was having a seizure. I was like, shit. So the feud continues on with Poppy Priest and Aleister Black. Zelina Vega involved. Maybe Mommy Rhea Ripley. I don't know. So we got all that. Alright, those two segments, 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get to our actual action of the night, because a little less talk and a lot more action on my show. Thank you to my ex-girlfriend, Ashley Marie, for giving that great line. And it's copyrighted. So, but I get to use it because I have residuals. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so we get the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kylie, non-title match with Lash Legend and Nia Jax. It was an okay match. Every time I see Nia and Kyrie, I get nervous for Kyrie because she's had not 1, but 2 concussions, because Nia's a box machine. Gotten a little bit better, so she's trying her best to protect my second wife. And Asuka and Nia had a couple of wars back at NXT on the main roster as well, but Asuka wiped the floor with her, but it's what it is. Alright, so this was pretty much a back and forth match. I liked how Kyrie came off the top rope, diving onto both of them, hit the cameraman at the same time. Then she's like, yay! Then he grabs the camera and goes, ah! Well, she doesn't do this. That's Io's thing. But Kyrie's she is eating this up. I love it. The fans love Kyrie. I mean, how can you not? She's playing a baby face, she's playing a tweener, basically. She's playing, the fans love her as a baby face, but she's playing like a heel / baby face, a tweener. Because, she's attacking Io, and she's yelling at Io, "You're a traitor, baka!" I'm like, but we still love her. And you gotta love Asuka, too, the veteran that she is. But we got that. And speaking of Asuka, she's facing Mommy Rhea Ripley on Raw this Monday night. I know the result. It makes me happy because I read it. Oops. Hey, if you don't want me saying spoilers, do not watch my video and do not look at the internet. Because you don't have to look at the spoilers. You want to look at Raw and Smackdown this week, don't watch it. Wait till the 29th that you get your live show. You want to take Christmas week off, take it off. I'm going to watch it just to look at the action, because I already know the results. I just want to watch the show. But probably not going to even watch Raw on Monday because the Niners are on 8 o'clock. I'll probably watch the replay, you know what I mean? Or I can't even do picture-in-picture because I have Netflix on my TV and my PS5. So I'm like, how can I watch picture-in-picture? Watching the Niners. I have to watch the Niners and then watch Raw after the Niner game. But as you pay for having the Niners on Monday, you can't watch Raw. If you have picture-in-picture. Or, what I could have done, well, I probably still could do it. I watched the Niners on ABC, then watch a crappy stream of Raw on my computer, my ancient computer. So I could do that. I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. So that was pretty nice. Get to the end. And Asuka comes in off a hot tag with a double missile dropkick. Nia powers out of the cross arm breaker. Misses a sit-down splash. She missed it. And she said, woo! No, she didn't say my whole. It was not on the apron. It was, in the ring. Alright, so all 4 women on the ring. A missed charge sends Nia into the ring post. Ow! But Kyrie dives right into a choke slam from Nia. And then sadly, Nia had dropped her fat ass on my poor little Kyrie. 1, 2, 3 to get the win. I'm gonna cry. I'm getting verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Why is Asuka's great? Discuss. I'm sorry. Alright, yeah. I had to, massage Kyrie's. But it was a good time. Zang. Anyway. Yeah, so Lash and Nia get the win. And that's it. 12-minute match. Not great, but 2.25 out of 5 stars. After the match, Charlotte and Lexi run in to take out Lash and Nia, which leads to Lash Legend taking on Charlotte next week. And that's all I'm gonna say. Let me move on. Alright, then we go to the back once again with Jackie Redmond and her special guest, the lovely, vivacious accountant, Kiana James, with her client, the former Women's U.S. Champ, Julia, who warns Chelsea Green, the new Women's United States Champion she's coming for to get her belt back. Which I hope she does. But I just don't like the booking of Julia right now. I think she needs to get away from Kiana James, go back to being a killer like she was in Japan and was in NXT. Get her belt back, let her go on a humongous run with it. It just feels like they brought her in, work NXT. Work NXT, win the women's title, face off against her, her mortal enemy, Stephanie Verker, lose to her, go to the main roster, and then she did some good stuff, wins the women's U.S. title from I think she did win it from Chelsea. I forgot who she won it from. It was Chelsea, right? Then she loses it, and then pretty much we don't see her much. Her booking is bad. The crowd is dead. For Julia, mind you. I just have a feeling everybody who gets brought up to the main roster gets the Triple H curse. Some people, not all of them that came up from NXT. So I'm a little bit worried about Sol Ruka. I'm worried about Trick. I think Trick should be with Mello. Just saying. Oba should just be a monster on Raw. I highly doubt Hunter will fuck that up. And then Bouncy Javon Evans, you can put him in the U.S. title picture or the Intercontinental title picture. But I have a feeling Hunter will fuck that up too. Because he can't book. And he's not creative about being creative. Just there, it's just sad. And WWE was on a roll this year. Because AEW had a really bad year, except for All In. And a couple of Dynamites that were great. I mean, Blood and Guts, the women's match was freaking insane. The men's match was on fire, if you know what I mean. Right, Darby? I was on fire, guys! I come from Seattle. I live in a car. Get out of here. Anyway. But, I mean, Sports Illustrated, of all things, Sports Illustrated, who praises the WWE up the wazoo, says Becky Lynch is the greatest women's champ of all time. Bullshit. Still, it's Asuka. But that's another story for a long time. Sports Illustrated said that AEW was the promotion of the year. I beg to differ with that. I was going to do a video about it, but I really beg to differ with you, Sports Illustrated, you idiots whoever made this list of end of year awards. AEW promotion of the year? Sounds like an AEW Mark made these awards. Because I think just that, AEW got that. Everything else was WWE. Personally, both promotions have had a kind of up and down year. I think the promotion of the year is TNA. I would say New Japan, but yeah. New Japan had a good year. I wouldn't say great year, but good. Take a shit on winning the G1, then winning the IWGP belt from Zack Sabre Jr. Wrestle Kingdom 19 was epic, started this year. Wrestle Kingdom 20, I mean, the card looks jacked. I mean, Okada and freaking Tanahashi alone is just epic. Takeshita and Tsuji to unify the titles is epic. They're gonna have the New Japan women's titles on the line. That's gonna be a good match. With, yeah. I think it's Mayu who has the belt. I forget. But that's gonna be an epic match. And lots more on that card. I wish Shinsuke was there. I just want... WWE is so stupid not letting Shinsuke go to Japan. Now, Asuka, Kairi, and Io... I think they can go to Japan and see Tanahashi wrestle his final match ever. You know, catch up with Tanahashi-san and, you know, maybe go to the Stardom event. If they're not in the event. I don't think they're in the event. I gotta look at the Stardom card. But yeah, Nakamura not going? That pissed me off. I hope Hunter changes his mind. Let's Nakamura go to see his friend. I would. I wouldn't care about differences and stuff like that, politics and bullshit like that. If I'm gonna go see my friend wrestle his final match, I don't care if it's Japan, Singapore, the North Pole, Antarctica, I'm going. I don't give a shit what you say. You're my boss, I don't give a shit, I'm going. Void my contract, send me to AEW, I don't give a shit. That's that. Moving on. Oh, anybody see Andrade in House of Glory on Friday night? Beating the fuck out of the House of Glory champion, Charles Mason. I don't even know if he's still the GCW World Champ. I don't watch a lot of GCW that much, but hey, Andrade, you know, in House of Glory, I don't know, and people are saying, oh, is his non-compete clause up now? I mean, he is the Universal Champion of Puerto Rico, beating my good buddy Savant, the Capitan, but that was last week. And he's also, I think, the Smash Wrestling World Champ. I think, or I don't know, a champion, Crash Wrestling, not Smash. Axe, Smash, Crush. Oh, Demolition. So, I would love to see Andrade, you know, do indie work. But, I don't know if he can wrestle in House of Glory now. You just can't go into a promotion, beat the fucking champion up, and then nothing happens. So, I'm hoping that non-compete clause is bye-bye, so long, farewell. And we see him in, you know, House of Glory, you know, maybe some indie promotions around my neck of the woods. I know he's going to be in Puerto Rico because he's a Universal Champ. So, I think, Puerto Rico has their next event the week before. I think it's the week before Royal Rumble. I know it's the 24th. Yeah, it is the 24th. Yeah. So they have Euphoria. I think January the 24th. So I assume that Andrade will defend his Universal title, probably against Savant in a rematch, but I don't know. I don't know with what WWC in Puerto Rico was going to do with their card for that event, but we'll see. Anyway, let's go back to SmackDown. Alright, so Julia going after Chelsea Green, wants to get her Women's US title back. We get that. Alright, then we go to the home invasion part of the show. So early in the week, Nicholas Aldis and referees, even though we can see the referees, came to Drew McIntyre's house in Ayr, Scotland. I think that's where they filmed this. Or maybe in Florida. Who knows where they filmed it. Probably some rinky-dink house that they converted into Drew McIntyre's house. Anyway, so Nick Aldis offers Drew a title shot against Cody, but Nick wants Drew to make a public apology to referee Dan Engler. I didn't know. I thought Dan Engler was like some executive or some shit, like from a different network. But no, he's actually the referee. Oh, the one he Claymored. Now I know who it is. Okay. There's also a fine he has to pay, but Nick doesn't think it's going to be an issue. Drew seems to be okay with it, but he wants to pick the stipulation for the match, which will be on January the 9th. We find out later. Also, Drew wants a document written up saying Cody cannot lay a finger on him until that match actually happens. And then Drew pulls out his phone, and I guess he has a ring on his, his telephone to get notifications on that shit. Because I have that. Actually, I don't know. I know what it means. But anyway, I do have a home security system. It's not Ring, but I do get notifications on my phone. Anyway, so it turns out Cody is at the house, and I think the referees or agents or somebody was trying to get him off the property. Drew's like, son of a bitch! So he goes outside, he said, get the fuck out of here! They have a humongous brawl, cinema! And eventually, cops come, and they pull Cody off, and they kind of arrest him. And then, I think some other officers, they don't arrest Drew, because he was offending himself, basically. And then Cody's like, Merry Christmas, asshole! Alright, so we got that. We'll hear from Cody later on in this program. But I liked that segment. I liked. It kind of reminded me of Triple H and Randy Orton, AJ Styles and Eli Drake, AJ and Samoa Joe, and pretty much almost every other home invasion. But the greatest one of all, as we all know, is Brian Pillman and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think it was 96, 97, when Pillman had the gun, a legit gun. He almost shot Stone Cold. Kevin Kelly's scared for his life, and the late, great Brian Pillman was there. His hot wife, Melanie Pillman, who I think was pregnant at the time, I think, with Brian Pillman Jr. God rest both of those mighty souls, and big ups to Alexis King, Brian Pillman Jr. But that was the home invasion. The best one ever, because you never see that in wrestling. Like, somebody goes to somebody's house, beat the fuck out of them. But this one, since it was the Attitude Era, it went up a notch. I mean, guy goes into a house. Move out of the way! Move out of the way! I'm gonna shoot him in the head! And then Vince McMahon's like, what happened, Kevin? What happened? Well, shots fired! Kevin's like, Stone Cold stole the gun and he left! I'm really surprised that Brian Pillman, the crazy fuck that he was back then, the loose cannon, didn't shoot anybody else besides Stone Cold when Stone Cold stole it. Like, even when he entered the house. You see him enter the house, he goes right into the living room, and Pillman's like right there with the gun. I was surprised that, like, Pillman in his warped state, boom! You would have heard a gunshot went off, then it goes to black, or he saw him point the gun, then it went black, like it goes static and then black, and then it was like, what happened? Then eventually it goes back, and Kevin Kelly's like, Austin saw the gun and he left. Because I think the people that he beat up outside finally came back in and took him outside real quick. But Pillman could have shot any Stone Cold. He could have shot the cameraman. He could have shot anybody. Crazy fuck that he is. But that home invasion is like my all-time favorite. Yeah, Hunter and Randy at his house, that was, Also, Dominic and Ray with Mommy Ray Ripley at the time, where Dom got arrested. Mommy, bail me out! And then Dom becomes an OG. Prison Dom was great. Those segments were great. You know what happened to you in prison if you acted like that? You would get got. Then he had a teardrop tattoo on his eye. And then became, like, prison Dom, like, Dom. Dirty Dom, basically. That was epic. I like that. We need more of that in wrestling. Big ups to Dirty Dom, Eddie's son. That's my son! I know, Eddie, that's your son. He might be a comfy, but he's still my son! Yeah, just, we got that. So we move on. Alright, Cody the Maniac breaks in, basically trespasses on Drew's property, and I wanted him to get arrested for that shit. I mean, we saw him get not detained, but he got like slammed on the top of the car, of his car, and then I think they didn't. I don't know if they put cuffs on him, but you know, the screen just went black after that. After Drew's yelling at him, and Cody's like, "Merry Christmas, asshole!" Alright, so we get that. Alright, after that, Nick Aldis is annoyed with what we saw, but then The Miz, or The Jizz, comes in and says he wants a match with him. No, not Carmelo Hayes. So, who are you talking about? The Miz wouldn't mind that, but rather, that guy, whose name we can't say, Joe Hungry, below average Joe. So, Nick Aldis says, alright, you can have a match next week with him, but then, this guy comes in. Ron Cena, R-Truth, comes in and says, I believe in Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci, really, dude? Hey, Joe Pesci! What do you mean, funny? Funny how? What do I come out? I tell jokes, I wear a red nose, I dance around, I amuse you. How am I funny? Tell me how I'm fucking funny! I mean, really, Ron? Really? Joe Pesci? Because of Joe DiMaggio, Jojo, I don't know, Jojo Sliwa, who cares? Anybody named Joe, besides Joe Hangry, Joe Mama. I'll be talking about my mama. No, Joe Mama. Your mama. No, I'm not gonna tell your mama jokes. Your mama's so old she sat behind Jesus in the 2nd grade. Your mother's blood type is ragu. I actually have a CD full of Yo Mama jokes. Old school Yo Mama jokes, and some new school, not old. I have one with a very young Sam Kinison. I can't even do an impression of Sam Kinison. The great man that he is. Who rolled around with Jessica Hahn in that video for Wild Thing. You remember that video? You do. Some of you do. Jessica Hahn in that, whatever that outfit she was wearing, her big, humongous titties coming out, and freaking Sam Kinison is having a good old time, and you have Slash, you have Billy Idol, you have Joe Perry from Aerosmith. You had a whole bunch of rockers there looking at Sam Kinison rolling around with Jessica Hahn, and Jessica Hahn's like freaking straddling him. Shit, I wish I was Sam Kinison getting that action. Shit. Back in the day, Jessica Hahn was like the biggest, one hot piece of ice. Hell, I would have had any video vixen back in the day. Tawny Katane. Oh! If I was a big comedian getting into the metal game, doing a cover of Wild Thing or something, I'm like, damn, I want a hot chick in this video. I want Tawny Katane. I want somebody. Samantha Fox. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. You're going there. We're going there. Any 80s hot vixen. Put that bitch in the video and let her straddle my dick. While I'm playing the guitar, mind you. That would be epic. But anyway, move on. Joe Pesci. Ron. I can't even do the Book of Doom because I have a humongous headache right now. No, I'm not tipsy or anything. I just got a headache. And I didn't even drink. I had 2 freaking Jack and Cokes. Rose had a couple of Heinekens. She's not drunk. And no, we didn't have the... Because I came home a couple hours ago. I took a nap. I just got up. No, I got up like an hour ago. Rosa was sleeping. She's, whatever, She just went to the bathroom to cool off. She's not puking yet. She's just cooling off in the shower. So I gotta get this video done. Because I'm tired. I'm wiped out, man. From rocking out my cocoot, My voice is half gone. Was singing. Editing, I mean, go to my Metal Guy channel. You see those great videos. And by the way, fuck copyright claim. I don't even care about getting copyright claimed. I don't care. Because I'm not going to get paid from YouTube if I ever get monetized on the Metal Guy channel. I don't care. And sometimes, when I appeal it, I win. Some of them, not all of them, but... So, even if I appeal and I don't win, it's there, but... I don't care about the copyright claim. I don't care. Alright, moving on. Alright, so, Miz versus Joe Hendry this Friday night on Smackdown, and I don't give a shit. Alright, then we get to Alba Fire with Chelsea Green at ringside, takes on Julia with Kiana James at ringside. This match was garbage. I didn't like it. Crowd dead as a doornail. That too. Not even a great match. Under 4 minutes. Julia grabbed a 1905 abdominal stretch, which they get, Alba Fire gets out of. Back up, Alba Fire kicks her down for another near fall, only for Julia to hit the, she hit a Kogayame knee to the head. Woo! Knocked Kaylee Ray or Alba Fire the fuck out. Then she picks her up, holds her for a while, then hits the Julia bomb, or the Northern Lights bomb, whatever you want to call it. Emerald Fusion, whatever. 1, 2, 3, Julia finally gets a win. Get the golf clap for that one. Julia finally gets a win. Finally. Finally! Now, can you get her on a roll, please? Give her a nice push to get that title back? Or let her, I dare say, win the Royal Rumble, but dare. But anyway, this match was, 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, move on. Alright, then we have the Wyatts, Uncle Howdy, and the Tag Team Champions, Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis, along with Big Red, Eric Rowan, and the creepy Nikki Cross. Well, the Wyatts don't like Solo Mibuki's quest for power. They promise there will be nowhere for Sikoa to run. So we got that match coming up in the main event of this program. Alright, after that we get Missionary Cody with another missionary-style promo. Actually, this was a little bit better. So he talks about Drew calling WWE an unsafe working environment. Hey, that's kind of like YouTube. But I digress. There are second-generation wrestlers from MMA stars and NIL talents. Well, you see those in NXT. And he's like, Drew, what would be a safe working environment? Staples? Staples? Sable's still around, you know? Actually, it still is. Sadly, you know. Hey, you gotta go to the copy store! Gotta make some copies! Cody! Codeman! Making copies! The Coaster! Codorama! Remember that from Saturday Night Live? That's showing my age. Sure. Anyway, Staples. I was waiting for him to say Walgreens or like Walmart. You know, the Bucks are like, oh, you can't say that! Anyway, so Nick Aldis comes out and says, Cody, you went too far by trespassing on Drew McIntyre's property. And he finally gets to the ring. He says, if Drew just does what he's required to do, he gets his title shot, and you can't lay your finger on him. And Cody's like, he's like, you know, a little shook up a little bit. And then he's like, or what? And Nick is like, well, I'm going to strip you of the title. And I'm like, yes, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. So Cody's like, he says, do you know who you're talking to? Says, you know, a good buddy Wade Barrett knows, even Marty the cameraman knows that I'm Cody Rhodes. I'm QB1. I'm the guy that won, not one, but 2 Royal Rumbles. I'm the reigning King of the Ring. I'm like, wait a minute, he won. I forgot he won the King of the Ring. Wait, did he win the King of the Ring? That's news to me. Anyway, he says, I'm QB1 and you work for me. Yeah, you might be the okay, Cody, you think you're QB1, you think you run Smackdown and run WWE? Wrong. Nick Aldis does not work for you. You work for him, you work for Nick Khan, you work for Hunter. And you're still Roman's bitch. So get ready for whenever Roman gets to face your fucking ass. You're done at Mania. If before then. So, QB1 gonna be QB none pretty soon. Fuck you, Cody. So we got that, and he leaves. So Cody got a nice little passionate promo. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. But we have that. Drew's gonna be in the house on next week. I think to discuss the issues with the title match. But the title match is set for January the 9th. Bash in Berlin, but on a Smackdown? Okay, 3-hour show, I understand that, but I would just have that separate. Not on Smackdown. Put that as an event like we had earlier this year. Like just a random fucking Smackdown. And Drew names the stipulation and, shall I spoil it? Yeah, why not? 3 Stages of Hell comes back. If you don't know what 3 Stages of Hell is, it's a standard match to start, then a no disqualification match, then if there's a third fall, I think it's a cage. Or a cage, then no DQ match, somewhere around that. I haven't seen one in a while. I think, I could be wrong on this, I think the last one that I know of is Triple H and Shawn Michaels, way back in the day. Like 2000, during the Ruthless Aggression era. When there was blood and everything. I think we might get blood in this match coming up in under a week and a half. Actually, 2 weeks. Sorry, 2 weeks from yesterday or Friday, or 2 weeks from this coming Friday. So we got that. So spoiler alert: Cody versus Drew, probably for the final time. For the unified title in a 3 Stages of Hell match. I want Drew to win that, but we know Cody will win it. retain, and then we'll see what happens as we get to Saturday's main event on the 24th. And then the Royal Rumble. And then coming out of that, if he retains there. Then he's probably going to Mania unless Cody defends at the Elimination Chamber in February. But we'll see what happens with that when we get there. That's that. Alright, so Cody's little promo, 2.5 out of 5 stars. No, take that back. 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we got the United States Champion, Ilya Dragunov. He thanks him, Carmelo Hayes, for what he did last week. Okay, you didn't talk to him during the week? Anyway, so Carmelo says, it's cool. And then we see Tama Tonga, the wrestling gremlin. Yeah! Don't feed that motherfucker after midnight. That's what he turns into. He turns into a raging lunatic. Sometimes you can't feed me after midnight because I go crazy. But, yeah. But, hey, if I'm out at a fucking event, if I don't eat anything, have a couple of drinks, the missus has a couple of drinks, after the event, we are hungry, We want to go to whatever is open. Sometimes we just want to go home and grab a snack. And I'm not talking about that type of snack. I might have that later, but I want to eat something. I want to have a nice little, not like a hot dog or anything like that. I want to have, a sandwich. Just maybe a PB sandwich, or Rosa was as maybe one of those, or a ham sandwich or something. But we eat, and then we chill, and then they have the sushi. Taco. Good time. Same thing when I do with my Asian wives. I have a good time. Oh, I have a good time! You have good time! I love you long time! Yeah. Been saying that for years, huh? Alright, so we see Thomas Hong in the background, and then Praxium, A-Kid, and Ben Frazier, they come in, wish them luck against DIY coming up next. They want Ilya and Carmelo to save a piece for them. And then Dragunov's like, I just want revenge on Tommaso Ciampa the Psycho Killer. So we got that. 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we get to DIY, Gargano and Ciampa with the lovely Candice LeRae at ringside. They got Death Rebelled. Oh, why? They changed their theme song, I think. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, they take out Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov. Pretty good match. Candice gets involved early on, which leads to her husband, Johnny Gargano, knocking Dragunov off the top rope. Ow. Go to break, come back. They go back again. Ilya gets a quick Constantine special. Gets the hot tag to Carmelo Hayes. Comes in like a house of fire. Comes in with a springboard clothesline into La Mystica. Is that from a certain guy named Mystico? Probably. We don't know him as Sing Botch. For Flippy Dibbity-Doo on the Johnny Gargano. And then Ilya Dragunov's top rope backsplash gets a near fall. DIY manages to send Carmelo into their corner. Tommaso Ciampa hits Project Ciampa for a near fall. Carmelo Hayes as Ilya made the save. Then Candice offers a distraction again. I'm surprised the referee didn't kick her out. Do something, referee! Do something! And then Ilya gets taken down, and then we get a super kick, fairy tale ending combo for a very near fall. They go for meet in the middle. That gets cut up on excuse me. They go for meet in the middle on Carmelo Hayes. That gets cut up by Torpedo Moscow. And then Melo hits nothing but the bottom of the net on Tommaso Ciampa. 1, 2, 3 in just under 10.5 minutes. Melo and Ilya get the win. And that's pretty much it. Because when Melo shoots, most of the time, he don't miss. And he didn't miss next week. Because we have a new United States champion in Carmelo Hayes. As Ilya gave Melo another title shot. Melo won the title. I hope he has a long run with it. I mean long. Not like a month, 2 months. 3, 4, 5 months. I wonder if he's gonna... I wonder if Melo's now gonna open up the U.S. title open challenge. Maybe, maybe not. But, yeah. So, they had the match because Ilya closed the open challenge, gave the last shot to Melo. Melo won. And now we have a new champ. And I'm happy for Melo. I'm very happy. He's well deserving of that belt. I hope Hunter and company, give him a long run. We'll see what happens as we go into 2026. So, Melo is the United States champion, and I couldn't be any happier. We get that. Alright, then we see Charlotte and Lexi in the back. They want the women's tag team titles back. And then we see Jade Cargill, the Smackdown women's champion, comes in and then looks at Lexi, looks at Charlotte. And then, they leave, and then Jackie Redmond's like, Jade, can I ask you about what you did to Mishin last week? And then speaking of Mishin, Mia Yim, she jumps Jade from behind with a kendo stick right in the back, and then, knocks her down, and then, Petey Williams and Jamie Noble, and I think a couple of referees come in, and I take Mia Yim, and BFAB even, too. Take her out, what are you doing? So we got that, and then I think Kenny Dykstra was there, too. He had he took Mia Yim away, and I think it was Jamie Noble had to, console Jay's like, you okay? And Jay's, holding her arm and her side. Eesh. And you think kendo sticks don't hurt. I got hit with one a couple of times. It hurts! Wrestling is fake! Right? Get hit with a chair. Get hit with a kendo stick. Preferably in the head. For some of you dumb fucks, you need to get hit in the head. Maybe not. Knock some fucking sense into you people. Oh, Peanut, you're a hypocrite! Because I have a bottle of black cherry, and then another picture I'm gonna have a Jack and Coke. I am a social drinker. I don't drink all the time. I'm not even drinking now. This is nothing. This is soda. You can't tell there's anything in there. You know why you think that? Because you're fucking high and you're fucking drunk. Every time you do your dumb live streams. Oh, Peter's watching me. So why? You watch me, so I can watch you, so. But I care less. I only watch 5 seconds of your video, so. I told you, the prophecy's always watching. So, watch what you say. Because that can get used against you, and then you're done. That's it. But I don't drink. When I'm doing my videos, and I do this, when I do my intro, there's nothing in here. Straight Pepsi. I do have Coke too. I've done videos with I'm eating Burger King, I'm eating whatever, McDonald's, whatever, and it's Coke in there. It's not mixed. Or if I have a Gatorade, it's not because I'm hungover. I don't get drunk. Rosa does once in a while, but not all the time. And I don't need to get Rosa drunk to fuck her, okay? I don't. I just say that because when I say drunk sex is the best sex in the world, it's a comedy bit. It doesn't mean to be taken seriously. Like, I'm gonna get some girl drunk and rape her and, get her drunk and she fucks me. That's how I get laid. No. I use my charm to get what I want, so. Because I look good. I don't need to get drunk to get laid either, so. But it is what it is. I don't drink. I don't drink a lot. At most, I have 2, maybe 3 Jack and Cokes. Or Jack and Pepsi, or Henny and Coke, Henny and Pepsi. But I'm a social drinker. When I go out to a concert, or I go to a bar, I have maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 drinks. With my friends and with Rosa. But I just don't go out, drink, and get drunk. I don't come on video and get drunk and act like a schmuck. I might get wild when I do my impressions and, I go off the wall a little bit, but I don't drink. Like some people I know. But hey, if they want to do live streams drunk and high and act like complete schmucks, well, power to them, but don't come out and say, "Oh, Peter, you're drunk. I just have pictures of you with a Jack and Coke." And then you have a bottle of freaking Mike's Hard Lemonade or a bottle of Black Cherry. It's like it's like a disguise from Mike's Hard Lemonade. It's like it's hard liquor. No. That picture of me, like this with the bottle, it clearly says Black Cherry. It is not hard liquor. And plus, it was at a pizza place, so pizza places don't sell beer. Dumbass! And yeah, the other picture was me drinking a freaking Jack and Coke. Big fucking whoop. Call me a hypocrite, though? You're a bigger hypocrite for calling me a hypocrite. But, like I said, nothing in here. Because I don't drink when I'm home. Maybe once in a while, not all the time. I did admit that I did have an alcoholic drink in one of these. Not this one particularly, but once. That was like months ago, way months ago. So yeah, I did buy a little bitty thing of Hennessy. Like poured it in because I wanted to get the edge off. Because I was so pissed off one day. I was like, I got a little bitty bottle of Henny. Like, it's a Friday, Saturday night, let's get wild. Me and the missus got wild, and, we watched a movie, had Netflix and chill, you know what happens with that. But we just bought it just to have, a good time at home. Just don't get it, just to pour it in. But yeah, nothing in here. And yes, this is spades. It's crystal spades. So, here's to you, bitch. Go pour another double shot and pour it down. I hope it burns your throat. But I digress. Hey, if you want to fuck up your liver, go ahead. Don't come crying to me when you have alcohol poisoning. Don't drink. That's what they tell you when you in rehab. Some of you need to go to rehab because of your addiction to vaping. I know vaping is legal, but it fucks you up, and it fucks up your mind. I don't need to smoke marijuana or vape. It's bad enough I have to go to clubs and concerts. I smell that fucking shit. And it gives me a headache. So that's why I come home and I'm like, I got this fucking headache. Not because I drank. I had a couple of drinks at a nightclub way back in the day. Come home, my chest was burning. Because I had a couple, maybe a little bit too much. Because I went to a party before, then I went to the club, which I shouldn't have done. Because then I had like another Jack and Coke. Because I had 2 at the party, then I had another one at the club. Never again doing that. I don't even go to the club anymore. That much, but... The only time I go to the club is when I go to Atlantic City. So... Which I haven't been to in like 2 years. Gotta go back. Probably next year, I'll go back. I miss that place. I miss going to Atlantic City and boogie! You know? Me and the missus getting down on the dance floor, if you know what I mean. And no, Rosa doesn't twerk. That would be, ugh. So you think about that. Anyway, let's move back on the let's talk about wrestling. Alright, so Jay gets attacked by Mia Yim. So that feud continues, which I should end. This is horrible. Look at that. Alright, then we get a video of Solo Mibuki promising that his family will humiliate the Wyatts. And he has his own Fireflies. And the Wyatts can't run. And then he just says, I got the whole world. Sing with me now, children. In his hands, he's got the whole world. Sing with me. In his hands. Okay. That should be metal-fied. I would love to hear that. He's got the whole world on his hands in a metal version. Like Disturbed or something like Metallica, you know. He's got the whole world in his hands. Bingo. Yeah! Got the whole world in his hands. Ooh, yeah, ooh. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. You got to eat it, baby. Ooh. Okay. I gotta stop. Moving on. I can't even talk now. Moving on. See, I can't. I do James Hetfield. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that one in a style. Ooh! Bingo! New Jersey. Okay. See, when I start talking about metal, it's just forget it. We move on. GOP! Okay. Okay, then we get to the main event of Smackdown for the tag team titles. The Wyatts defending against the MFTs of, who was it? Shit. I think it was, Tangaloa. Yeah, it was Tangaloa and, there was JC Mateo. It didn't even matter. Anyway. Pretty much a match, 10.5 minutes. Get Diddy and Joe Gacy misses a lion salt. I guess planted. Dexter Loomis comes back in. Bell to back suplex powerbomb combo by the Wyatts, set up Dexter's top rope splash. Tangaloa made the save on the pin attempt. And then Hikurio Talatanga boots Joe Gacy down. Pretty much right in front of the referee. And then everybody else gets in a fight. Referee's like, nah, that's it. No contest, DQ, whatever you want to call it. So, Wyatt's still the tag team champions. I thought we were going to get a title change here, but I guess we'll have to wait. Probably till after the new year. So we get that. Match was 2.5 of that 5 stars. And then afterwards, the brawl continues with everyone, including Nikki Cross. Shit. Getting involved. She's like watching on. Everybody's on the outside. And she's like, me now. And then everyone's like, okay. So he picks her up and he just launches her over the top rope onto everybody. Shit. And then Uncle Howdy is all alone with Solo in the ring again, and Uncle Howdy tries for Sister Abigail, that gets broken up by, I think it was Tonga Loa, saves Solo, and then the show ends. That's it. So, see what happens with the Wyatts and the MFTs. This faction war continues over the Smackdown tag team titles. Not that they're going anywhere, because it's just the Wyatts and the MFTs. I mean, we rarely see the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. Fraxium is still there, DIY is still in the picture. Where the hell is Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins? People say, oh, Montez was the guy behind the mask. We all know now that's Austin Theory. But it was saying there were multiple guys in a mask. So one of them was Montez. Possibly, but what happened to him? I don't know if Angelo Dawkins is hurt, or both of them are hurt. Or maybe they just don't have a storyline for them. They haven't seen him in a couple of months now. I think they got lost in the shuffle, which sucks for them. Same thing, it feels like the same thing with the War Machine. Even though they got a tag team title shot, lost. So now, I don't even know who AJ Styles and Dragon Lee lose to at this point. I mean, who do you got on Raw to defeat them? Or do you bring up somebody from NXT? Who, I don't know. I don't even think anybody's ready in NXT for the tag team division. I would say OTM, but they got a long way to go for that. Hank and Spank? No, I do not. If they go on Raw, I just want them to be a nostalgia act. I just don't care. Let them stay in catering with Otis and Ozawa. I mean, yeah, throw Otis and Ozawa into the tag team title picture, they'll lose. Garbage. So, I think the Usos are going to win the tag team belts on the January 5th show. Oh, spoiler. Yeah, they're going to win the titles back, go to Mania with the titles, probably go on another big, just maybe break their record. I doubt that, but I think they, what was the record? 1,000-something days, I think it was. There is no tag teams in WWE right now. None that are worthy. Besides the Usos on Raw. Then you look on SmackDown. I'd probably just give it to the MFTs, or really, give it to the Guerrillas of Destiny. I would love for them and the Usos to go at it in a unification match. I hate saying unification, but, you know. I would love that at Mania. Have those two big tag teams go at it. Let the Usos whip the fuck out of the Guerrillas of Destiny. Put up your ones, by the way, for the Usos. Yeet! Anyway, Jay, don't you dare ever say judge, jury, and execution again. If you watch my short, you know. I say that's my line! But I say it differently. Judge, jury, and goddamn fucking executioner. That was one of my old XWF catchphrases. Besides stealing Adam Cole's suck my dick gimmick. But I made it better. Sorry, Adam. Adam! So we get that. Alright, guys, I am out of here. It's late. And I'm going to bed. So. Alright, guys. That's it. Thanks for watching SmackDown. Meh. 6.5 out of 10 stars. Not the greatest, but this is what it is for pre-tape shows. We're going to get some good, some bad, some And SmackDown was pretty mid. There was nobody. I didn't even care to watch most of SmackDown, you know. And then the Jake Paul Anthony Joshua fight was on. So like we had to watch the undercard, and then I think the fight came around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Because I was out on Friday night, so I didn't watch most of SmackDown. I didn't even watch the undercard of the fight. When I got home, I watched the end of the fight from the 3rd round to the 6th round when Anthony Joshua knocked Jake Paul the fuck out, broke his jaw, which he rightfully deserves. Fuck them. Fuck him and Logan Paul. Logan Paul's a fake Puerto Rican because he comes from Cleveland. I live in Puerto Rico now. I'm the greatest thing in Puerto Rico. Wrong. That's Bad Bunny, you fucker. Issa will tell you. She might like freaking Logan Paul. You know, we're singing Humble, you know. Bumble! How can I be this? Bumble! Mumble, basically. Mumble. Sorry, Issa. I just don't like Logan Paul. I'm sorry. Don't hurt. Don't be mad. Issa likes to jab me a little bit, you know. My dick. No. Yeah, we have fun. You know, she jabs at me, you know. I don't take it seriously. I know she doesn't either, but... Salud. That's that. Puerto Rican princess, you gotta love her. And if you don't, fuck you! Moving on. Alright, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Once again, 6.5 out of 10 stars for a pretty mid SmackDown. We'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw this Monday night. We got that. Tomorrow I'll talk about Dynamite. Pretty much Dynamite and Collision. Holiday Bash Night 1 on my Peter Joseph channel. Then we'll do the Collision from today, which I didn't give 2 fucks about, except for Alex Windsor beating Mercedes Moné, become the new Rev Pro British Unified British Champion. So Mercedes is now 10 belts, Moné. Dropping like flies, those belts. Good for you. That's that. I heard on Twitter, Viva Van, the one that always loses on Ring of Honor, she's the #1 contender for that belt she won. I think Mercedes won in Malaysia. I mean, trinket, basically. So, I would hope Viva Van beats Mercedes to get that belt. So that's 9 belts. And then she has to lose all the other belts she won in all those garbage promotions. Eventually, I'm betting by Double or Nothing, maybe by All In, next year, Mercedes is 0 belts, Moné. And I kind of agree with the consensus on Twitter that Athena will beat Mercedes to become the TBS champion. Now, if she holds the Ring of Honor Forever Championship by then, going on into her 4th year, she can't be stopped. I don't see anybody on the Ring of Honor roster right now besides Deonna Purrazzo and my girl Billy Starks. Yeah, we're going on that route again. The only ones that can beat her right now. And I'm thinking really that by Supercard in whatever month that is, we're going to get Billy Starks, Athena 4, and then not whores, I don't know. Round 4 in a door, or into a door, whatever. And finally, Billy Starks will beat Athena and her reign as Forever Champion, the 3.5-year epic fucking reign of terror that Athena's on. She's basically the female, I said this before and I'll say it again, she is the female Roman Reigns, but at least she, once in a while, she'll defend the belt. Sitting there like Roman, but you know. But I don't know where they're going with the women's title. I don't even know where they're going with any of the titles because Tony Khan can't book that fucking promotion. At all. There's all these people who have the belts for years. Barely any defenses. I mean, Lee Moriarty's over a year now with the Ring of Honor Pure title. Commander just won back the TV title, so he's on his 2nd reign. Bandito still the world champ, but he got it back months ago, so it's not a long, well, it's still a long reign, but whatever. Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, and the Beast, Mortis, or the Mr. CEO, they won the vacant tag team titles, so they're starting their run. Sammy's really second run as Ring of Honor tag team champ. Think about it. And then the 6-man tag team titles. Yeah, Shane Taylor Promotions, who won it maybe about a month or so ago. So they're starting their reign. And then Red Velvet, for the second time, has the women's TV title. So she's starting her second reign. But she had that belt for a while before she had to drop it momentarily. And then Mina won it. We all know Mina won it. She held it for a couple weeks. Then lost it to that bitch, Mercedes. She held it for like a couple weeks. And then, bye. Back to Red Velvet at Final Battle. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with any of those belts. The women's belt, who knows? TV title belt, don't know. Men's TV title, don't know. Tag titles, don't know. 6-man tag team belts. I would probably finally give it to the Outrunners and Dalton Castle, so the Outrunners finally win a title. Please. Tony Khan, please! I beg of you to give the Outrunners the tag titles over the 6-man tag team titles. Like, seriously? Seriously! And then the Pure title, don't know what that. I thought they should have gave it to Nigel just for a mini run, like a month or two run. So I don't know who's going to beat Lee Moriarty at this point. Commander with the TV title, don't know, don't care. And then Bandito, I don't know. I thought it was going to be the Head Chaser out, or maybe Roosh. I think it might be Roosh when he comes back from his injury. Probably by his supercard, maybe. I don't know, but I don't know. With Ring of Honor, I don't fucking know. From week to week, I don't know. They don't have a TV deal. Even on when they're on YouTube once in a while, the special shows there, that was pretty good. The one that they had earlier, that was pretty good. Not great, but good. You know, I don't know what's going to happen with Ring of Honor in 2026. I hope it stays around, maybe. It gets better, hopefully, but that's up to Tony Khan. Pay-per-view-wise, it's good, but TV show-wise, garbage. And I wish they got that TV deal. Instead of, worrying about WBD, where are we going to be? Stop worrying about that shit. Worry about making your product great again in 2026. And WWE gotta start getting better. TNA, I think, is gonna have an epic year next year because they're on AMC. So see how that goes with the ratings. I bet you nothing. The first show of the AMC era gets over 1 million views. I bet you nothing gets over 1 million. Maybe more than that. Maybe 2 million. I doubt 2 million, but I would dare say, if I had to give it a number, I'd probably say if they can get like a 1 to 1.3, that's good. And then they can stay consistent with that in 2026, because it's going to be back in, live shows and tape shows, so the ratings will kind of go up and down, like they are on Access TV. But now they're going to a channel that pretty much everybody has. And if you don't have it, well. But I think every cable and satellite provider has AMC in their package. I have AMC and I have AMC Plus. So if I miss an episode of TNA going into next year, I just watch it the next day on AMC Plus. So I don't have anything like that. Alright, guys, I'm out of here. I don't know what happened to my computer. My notes just disappeared. My screen is black. That's not good. Hopefully, nothing bad happened to it. But in any case, guys, I am out of here. Thanks for watching, and until next time, go to sleep. Or if you haven't gone to sleep yet, now go to sleep. And the light came on. Alright, thanks for watching. Until next time, see you tomorrow for AEW, maybe Collision, maybe TNA Ring of Honor, so maybe a three-way dance on your Sunday. If not, we'll talk about Ring of Honor on Monday. And that's pretty much it. I'm out, guys. Enjoy your night, enjoy Sunday, and that's it. If you're not down with that, well, too bad. Stay obsessed, because you're a bunch of bitches. And I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. I'm out. Going to bed now. Peace.